Oh, Lord, I swear, this life, just everything. I was gonna wait and do a video later and stuff and everything, but, I woke up really early, and then, dang on, uh, anyways, I went back to sleep for a little bit, for an hour, and then I got up, walked around the living room for a bit, and then come lay back down, and just been sitting here going through my Facebook, and it's one thing about living here is, I feel so uncomfortable. I always have. The walls are so thin. It's like I can hear my neighbor whenever she coughs or anything. And it's that's the mother asking me, if I was out of work and everything. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to lie about it. I don't lie. And I was just like, how she know? And it's just stuff like that, and just feeling uncomfortable. It's hard to feel comfortable when you're in a place where you can't. You literally can't. This is my 4th year lease, and it's you just can't. You try to. You try to push forward. You try to be like, everything's going to be okay, and then that's another thing, too. This morning, and, I even feel uncomfortable shooting this video right now, just because the walls are so thin. That's ridiculous. You shouldn't feel that way. You shouldn't feel that pressure, that, nosiness or whatever type thing, and I can't even stressing me out. But I'm trying to move past it and be like, fuck it, don't worry about it. If people want to be nosy, they can. If they don't, then they don't, and that's actually better, and that's the way you're supposed to be with people. I've lived in other apartment complexes, and I've heard people arguing and fighting, and the only time that I ever even called the cops out on anybody, or got in anybody's business, because there was this one dude upstairs, man, he used to beat the shit out of his girlfriend. And I let him know that I didn't like him, but I didn't, I didn't do shit, cause she was, he never abused her, really bad, I guess is the way to word it. And I know that sounds really fucked up, because if that was my kid, I would hope somebody would call the cops and everything. But she kept coming back to him. You get what I'm saying? So it's her own psychological, and I tried to pull her aside once or twice out in the hallway and be like, he ain't supposed to hit you, right? And she's like, I know. And she'd leave and she'd come back and stuff or whatever. But one night, they had a bunch of other people up there, and a fight broke out. And I literally heard this guy body slam, because they were done pushing each other up against the damn walls. And I started to run upstairs because they lived upstairs. And I literally heard this guy pick up this other dude and body slam his ass and be like, don't try me, nigga. Don't try me, And I was like, oh, hell, And so I actually ran back downstairs and called the cops, because I was like, because I know, the type of people they were, and I'm sure they had guns. I'd actually seen 2 of them with pistols before, and stuff, and I was just like, oh, fuck no, and ain't nobody getting shot up in here, and so I called the cops out for that. And I called the cops out 2 other times, for them just disturbing the peace, being really loud, extremely loud, literally it sounded like they were high as fucking up there doing cartwheels for 3 damn hours, And shit like that, I understand and everything, but if you're in your home and you're just if it's, and that's another thing too, is it was nighttime, so that's the reason I called the cops out. If it would have been during the day, I just would have cut the TV up louder. I would have minded my own and been whatever. But that's always been an issue here, is just the thinness of the walls, and the amount of just drama because of it and everything. It's not been extremely bad and everything, but you can just feel it, and you can just feel and sense, and stuff. And so it's like that, and it's like, just cut on your TV. If you hear me talking, instead of like putting your ear up to the wall, and trying to figure out what I'm saying, what I'm talking about, what I'm doing, what my business is, put in some headphones and listen to some music, or cut on some music, or watch the TV, or go outside and, do something or whatever, because that's what I do. That's what I do when I hear stuff, like, for the most part and everything. Like, I mean, or I just, I don't let it phase me. I don't let it affect me. I just go on about my day, you know? I don't know. Like, sometimes I really think, like, life is just out to fucking make sure everybody hates me. Because it's like being a Leo, and you naturally draw attention, and you don't even fucking want it. And then, like, this girl on my Facebook, she shared this video, and it's like, oh, you don't want to be the center of attention. And it's like, it's got all these kids that turn around, and they're supposed to be dancing as they're singing. And this one girl, she's just very dramatic in the way that she's doing her dance and everything. But I thought to myself, that's probably, the way that when they did the rehearsals, her teacher was like, come on, you gotta pop it, you gotta pop off and do it right then and there and this and everything. And she's the one that put in the effort to try to be that way, to try to be the way she was told to be, and so the other kids, they half-assed it, if you will. And so the girl that's overly dramatic, supposedly, she's not being overly dramatic. She's just doing what she was told to do. And I bet you 10, like, if somebody would have pulled that kid aside and been like, you stole the whole show, and you're nothing but a brat, or you're a little attention whore or hog, the kid would have cried, and it would have devastated the kid, and the kid would have been like, I was just doing what I was told to do, And that's kind of me to a degree. Is like, I'm just doing else what I'm told to do, or I'm just doing me. I'm just doing what the fuck I do. Like, if you feel like talking, right, you're gonna talk. If you feel like shooting a video, you're gonna shoot a video. If you feel like shooting a vlog, you're gonna shoot one. If you feel like listening to music, you're gonna listen to music. If you feel like watching TV, you're gonna watch TV. If you feel like playing with your kid, you're going to play with your kid. If you feel like playing with your pets, you're going to play with your pets. If you feel like laying in bed all day, you're going to lay in bed all day, if you can. And, like, I don't understand why, like, to a circumstance, especially since I've been living here, I feel like that's like a fucking crime or something. Like, it's ridiculous. And it's like, it's not a crime for me to live. You can live too, and I'm not gonna care, And, like, I don't get it, I don't get it. And I mean, it's kind of that way everywhere dealing with apartments, I guess, and stuff. But it's just, I don't know, it's just a sense of, what the hell, like, don't you have something to do, don't you have something to do? Don't you have something you could be doing? Don't you have something you want to be doing? And then me, okay, there's lots of shit that I want to do that I don't do because lack of motivation, I battle depression, I have all this shit going on and everything, and so I just don't get it done, And also, I've pushed myself really hard to do the things that I have done, and some things I've kind of done on my own that other people are like, damn, you did do the work, or you did do this and everything. And so I'm tired, and I'm emotionally drained, like, completely. Like, I have no one feeling that part of me, and so I have to deal with that and everything. And it's like, but even at that, even if I'm not up doing, then I am sitting literally overthinking about myself and about everything that I need to be doing, everything I should be doing, everything I have to be doing, everything I'm supposed to be doing, and so on and so forth. And I don't understand how other people's minds get wrapped up in other people's business of what they're doing instead of what they themselves should be or could be or want to be or whatever doing. Like, I don't know. Sometimes, like, I used to joke when I was a kid. I used to be like, I need to be a dude. Like, really. And it's like, why do you say that? Because, like, I would get in the gossip circles of girls, and I would just be sitting there, and I'd be like, really? This is what we're doing? We're talking about other people. We're being mean. We're being hateful. We're being cruel. We're being nosy. And I used to like walk away, and then everybody be like, Heather, where are you going? Like, this is like when I'm real little, because that's just like normally, typically, like what little girls, I guess, do. They'd be like, Heather, where are you going? And I'd be like, I'm going over here to play, this or to do that. Like, I'm not doing what y'all are doing, type thing. But, anyways, like, the whole other reason that, like, I wanted to originally shoot this video and everything is because, like, when I woke up this morning and yesterday morning and probably even the morning before that, it's almost like, I don't know how else to word it, because it's like, supposedly they're saying nowadays that you can have a negative gene, that's in your body that causes you to be more negative and everything. And then, like, there's people that talk about spirituality, and they talk about, being, having demons around you, or demonically possessed, or, and stuff like that. And, like, I've always been kind of, like, I'm just spiritual is the best way to word it. So, like, if you're not spiritual and you want to be one of those people and be like, no, spirits don't exist, then don't even pay attention to this video. Cut it off now. Like, it ain't gonna resonate with you, and that's your shit. That's not my shit. You're not gonna sit there and fucking attack me, because of it or whatever. I mean, hell, I've had Christians even tell me that they've went in and they've seen dark entities and spirits and stuff and everything. And sometimes I really think that's one of the problems here, because this originally was not apartments, and this has been several other different, it's been used for several different other, businesses and stuff. And so I just wonder about that. And as a matter of fact, I was even told that one of the properties was haunted by the old ghost of the person that used to own the properties, and that somebody didn't like it, and so they banished, I guess you'd say, the entity, or whatever, and that it was even caught on camera. And so, even when I moved in, like, probably a few months into us moving in, probably about, I don't know, 5 months into us moving in, like, I started feeling really weighed down and really just depressed and really negative, and I tried to not focus on it. But then my kids started, like, kind of, like, something kept digging at her to bring up conversation issues about the possibilities of what this place used to be and everything. And so we got to talking about it and stuff, and I noticed the more we talked about it, hello, hi honey, but the more we talked about it and everything, the more it just seemed to kind of stir up uneasy feelings in me. But then again, that's anything. I mean, if you sit here and you talk to me about the devil, yeah, it's going to stir up uneasy feelings. If you talk to me about evil spirits, yeah, it's going to stir up uneasy feelings, and so on and so forth. And so I was like, oh, that's just the way I feel because we're talking about it, and I'll stop feeling that. But it's like, I ain't even going to lie, like, my depression has changed. It's changed since I've been living here. Because used to, my depression would, like, fluctuate in the ways that it would come and go. And here it's like it stayed steady. It stayed steady. And I don't understand why. And that's another thing too. I don't know if you notice, but these videos, especially that I keep shooting in here, might be because of the way I'm holding the camera. I don't know, but the light keeps changing. Like, and then I had one video, I think it was the other day, that it just went like green for a minute and then came back or whatever and stuff. And so all I can hope is, like, if anything, stop trying to smack me, but if anything weird's going on and everything, I can just hope and pray that, you know, God's going to keep me safe, and know that God's going to keep me safe. And also dealing with that, the cat wants attention. But, it's like, and also dealing with that, like, I'm even getting, like, it's like the temperature of the room just got cooler, kinda. Or so I feel. But, it's like, sorry, that's just kind of stressing me out a little bit. Because what I was fixing to say, like, I've been watching tarot readings and stuff, because I've gotten into that a lot here lately and everything. And I've actually thought about getting my own deck of tarot cards, and, like, just to have them, just to kind of, you know, do whatever I want, like, for as far as if I just want to use them for me, you know, or if I want to do readings or whatever and stuff like that. Oh, my finger. I got a little grip. My finger got caught in the camera, or in the back side of it, wouldn't let loose. But, anyways, I've thought about doing that, but, back to what I was saying, is like, in my tarot readings that I've been watching, it's like, oh, you know, you got a bunch of Scorpios that are not necessarily for you, or if they are, like, it's like a jealousy thing, and you're surrounded by Scorpios, you know, or it's a Scorpio, you know, supposedly. And then, like, Taurus, like, dealing with this girl, EJ, that I'm in love with and everything. And it's like, supposedly the Scorpio, you know, is all against me, kinda, or whatever. But then it's like, oh, Scorpio wants to give you a chance in love and everything. And I'm like, who the hell's the Scorpio that's even romantically interested in me, you know, and everything. And even though Mike is a Scorpio that I've known and everything, I'm just like, we haven't talked in forever, you know. And I'm just like, yeah, I've tried to talk to him, but he's like on shutdown mode, so to hell with that, you know, whatever, like. And I just thought it was funny. Well, the past 2 days has been some people's birthdays on my Facebook, and I got to looking, and I was like, holy shit. And, like, I know, like, 7 damn Scorpios, and I was like, that's freaky. And then, like, I've talked about coincidental shit that I see and I notice and everything. And my cousin Misty that died, she was a Scorpio, and so was her first husband that died, Jason. And, so I was just like, kind of thinking of them as soon as I went through and seen how many Scorpio friends I have on my Facebook, and I was like, oh crap, you know, I was like, if they're against me, because one tarot reading said that they're literally blocking me from me, accomplishing what I'm trying to accomplish, and that they're jealous of me, and practically just pretty much that they hate me. And I was just like, that sucks, you know, that really sucks. And then another one's like, oh, you know, they're in love with you, and like, you know, like they're going back and forth as to whether or not they want to, I guess, be with me or something. And I'm like, dude, I ain't even talking to nobody like that. Like, I really ain't, because I'm in love with EJ, and EJ's a Taurus. And then there's other readings that talk about, you know, the Taurus in my life and them being their way and everything. And then she could have Taurus in her chart and stuff. So I have no idea. I'm just here. But, just reading that and then, like, seeing all the Scorpios around me, I was like, shit, I'm alone. And I was like, why do Scorpios hate me? And then I started thinking about my cousin Misty, because she was one. And, like, there at the last, practically around the time she died, it's like my aunt, her mom, and another Leo like me that was friends with her, that actually grew up with her and she was really close to, and she called her sissy and stuff. Like, they made me feel like, and my aunt even made a comment, and so did this other girl that I went to school with, and I didn't know she was friends with my cousin, but they made a comment that practically stating that my cousin never cared about me, and that she thought I was a dumbass. And my mom even did it too, that's right, because we called her Misty, but her real first name was April. And and another thing too is like you have to take into account like she was paranoid schizophrenic, and so I mean I could tell like her eyes would change and stuff. Like she, I don't know, like I could tell sometimes when she was like in her own world or whatever, and you didn't want to mess with her or talk to her or irritate her and stuff. But she was always very loving, very affectionate with me most of the time. You know, there was a few times like she was kind of snappy or crabby with me or whatever. But I just chalked it up to nothing because, like, literally, she would always come back and be very loving, you know, and everything. And one thing that I used to adore about her is, like, literally, like, it didn't matter where the fuck we were. If she sat down somewhere and I walked past her, she would grab me and pull me into her lap and then hug me and, like, just hold me there in her lap. And, like, she just always, I was her baby. Like, she always wanted me in her lap. Like, even when there was seats around and like other people weren't taking the seats but they were standing and stuff, she'd be like, come sit with me. And she would like grab me, like she'd pull me by my belt, you know, and grab me and set me in her lap and stuff. And she'd hug me and she'd like kiss my cheek, you know, because she always knew that it meant a lot to me, like to be babied like that and everything, because I didn't have that since my papa died when I was 7. And and so, anyways, my mom even tried to throw off and be like, she said that anybody that calls her Misty is stupid and retarded and that they don't really know her. And that's not her name, you know. And I was just like, you're full of shit, you know. But it, you know, it's, and then my mom being a narcissist, you know, it's like, you're an asshole for saying that. Trying to hurt me and trying to make me think I never had a relationship with my cousin. And, anyways, I loved my cousin Misty. I really did. Like, I adored her. And I thought to myself, you know, damn, it's Scorpios that are supposedly hating me. And then, like, my friend that helped me get my license, she's a Scorpio, and so is her boyfriend she's with. And I've even told her, I'm like, you remind me so much of my cousin Misty and her first husband and everything. And not like in a bad way, but like in a just, this is home. I feel, and even though I don't, because the awkwardness, like in our conversation and our trust with each other and everything, I get that it takes time to build and stuff. That's just like the other night when I was over after I got my license and she cooked and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, it's small portions, that's all I got, you know. And I was just like, okay, whatever, you know, don't read into it, whatever, just eat and be happy and everything. We're sitting there and we got to talking about because I grew up eating saltines with mayonnaise on it, and I mentioned it. She's like, "Oh God, that's so disgusting!" And then her kid was like, "How about mayonnaise and ice cream?" And like just making random jokes, and like got to laughing and giggling, and like it opened up a little bit more, you know, like of a relaxed way between us. And like I tapped her on the arm, I think, like twice because I was laughing so hard because she's like, oh, that's disgusting. That's gross. And it reminded me so much of my cousin Misty, like when we would get to laughing and giggling and we couldn't stop. Just like I talked about that one night that we got to laughing and giggling and her husband kept coming up, you know, and checking on us and stuff. But, anyways, like, so I've just been through a lot, I guess, with people and stuff. But anyways, so I was like, damn, Scorpios hate me, I guess. And I was like, fuck, that sucks. And I was like, eh, you know. And I was like, but I've dated one, you know, and like we talk and we get along. Like I guess I can talk and get along with them, but like they're so untrusting of people. And there's even this thing that EJ's friend had shared a while back or whatever. The girl that I'm in love with, she'd shared, and it was like talking the negative of zodiac signs, and it was like, I remember for a Leo, for me, it was like, oh, let me show you, I'll be the star of the shit show or something like that, you know. you think I want attention, I'll be the star of the shit show. And for a Scorpio, it said, okay, something about like you love something, now stab it to death, just keep trying to make it break, and stab it to death and try to kill it, because it's something you love and try to destroy it, and I was like, oh my God, that's so misty, and everything. Like, they don't trust being close to people and stuff, and I get it. But, so back to Scorpios hating me or whatever, for as far as my tarot reading and stuff. So I'm scrolling through my Facebook, and one of the people that I guess is a Scorpio, because I can't remember when Scorpio really starts, but I know that, like, and I know what month it typically is, and so they're else a Scorpio or let's see, October, November, they're else a Libra or a Scorpio, but I think they're a Scorpio, and it's like, something another and thanks. It was just a random comment, and it was like thanks or something, or thanks for wishing me a happy birthday, Misty. And it was spelled the same way that my cousin spelled hers, which was with an I, and at the end, and like, it just floored me, and I was like, that's you, and I kind of wanted to write up under the comment, but it had nothing in relation to deal with what they were talking about, but I kind of wanted to write up under it and be like, God just gave me a sign that my cousin Misty's thinking of me or watching over me, or that she knows that I miss her, or that, or that's just God being like, I know you miss her and she still loves you, and it just kind of floored me for a minute. And that's like this other video that this other girl on my Facebook shared or whatever. It's like this guy's telling this girl that he loves her. And she's like, well, I don't love you, And she's like, not you, not now. And that hit hard because that's what EJ said to me literally the day I put on Facebook that I was in love with her. She's like, not you. Not you, And I was like, okay, well then who? And she's like, just not you. And I'm like, but who? Like, I want her to be happy. Like, I love this girl. Like, she deserves to be happy. But I don't know. And it just hit hard. And then last night, she changed her Facebook profile to say, I hate you, with the heart, with the X on it. And I was just like, okay, so you say it's fine and it wasn't fine, so now you say you hate me, so that must mean you love me, right? Because we're going opposite day over here with you. And then somebody else shared something, and it said the closest thing to a girl being able to have fun without taking her clothes off. That's what it said. The closest thing a girl can do to having fun without taking her clothes off is she can lie. And I mean, reading this and all this going on, I'm just like, I know I don't want to be cocky, but it's like, I know there's still something that has to be accomplished between me and EJ. I don't know what it is. I don't know when it's going to happen. And I don't want to sit here and wait forever and everything. But there's something there. There's something very huge. Something very life-altering. Something very good there. And I wish she would put in the effort to help me try to figure out what the fuck it is. But I think she knows just as well as I do what the hell it is. But I may be wrong. And that's another thing too. Is like, I watched one of my horoscope videos shit, and it said that what was it? Dealing with feelings. I'm the only one that's feeling it, or there's only one that's feeling it and the other isn't. And I thought, well, just fucking say it then. Like, at least have the decency to talk to me. But I don't know. It's just a mess. But anyways, back to the whole waking up the past 3 mornings and living here, and the depression feelings kind of being worse and stuff and everything, and like being steady versus fluctuating highs and lows, I guess, and everything. Alright, Stevie, you win. You got my allergies stirred up bad. Got my eye itching, and now, like, inside, in the back of my roof of my mouth and nose and all that's itching. You won. Sorry if that annoys you or you think it's disgusting, but it's the only way to scratch the backside of your throat. And my dad does it too, so. And the inside of your ear. I learned it from him. But, anyways. Dang on, I woke up this morning and it's almost like internal voice type thing, but then not, because it's like it's not me, because I don't hate myself so much that I would be like, you need to kill yourself. And I don't hate nobody that much to be like, you should kill yourself. Before I'll ever say you should kill yourself, I'll say you should better yourself, or you should try harder, or you're being very disappointing towards me, you know, you're disappointing me, or I'll be like, you're a disappointment to yourself and you really need to self-reflect, you know, and stuff like that and everything. Like, I would never, you know, be like, you should kill yourself. Now, granted, I will when I'm mad at you or pissed the fuck off, but, like, I'd never really, you know, mean it or whatever. And, not unless, like, you were just fucked. Like, say you were, like, a prisoner and there's no fucking way you're gonna get out, and, like, you know you're never gonna get out, and you've tried everything, and you're miserable, and you're going insane, you know, and this and that, and, you know, or it's like, you know, something to sacrifice your life for somebody else, I guess, then yeah, I might be like, you should just, you know, it sucks, but you should just kill yourself, you know, then I might say it, you know, and I might even do it to myself one damn day, you know, like, that's like a, God, I get so sidetracked, because I have so many stories and shit that I went through. I had this dog, it was my first dog, which my dad, anyways, it ended up dying when it was 7 years old, and this was probably just a few years before, or a year before, it supposedly hung itself on the tree trolley and got its front paws off the ground and strangled itself to death because I didn't bring it in that night. I loved that dog. But anyways, he got loose one time, and if I recall correctly, it was a Rottweiler mix. It may have been a Doberman Pinscher. I don't know. It was something. No, it was a Doberman Pinscher. I don't know why I get those two confused sometimes. I think it's just their color, even though their bone structure is completely different. Because Rottweiler's got the big face, and then the Doberman Pinscher has the little... Okay, it was a Doberman Pinscher. And my grandmother's called it a Rottweiler, that's why. Because I remember her being like, what was that dog, you know? But this woman had a Doberman Pinscher chained out on a heavy chain, you know, and a stake in the ground, and my dog had went out there and got around him, and that dog, because he was a miniature schnauzer, so the Doberman Pinscher picked up my miniature schnauzer and was shaking him around like a rag doll and just throwing him, you know, like he'd pick him up, shake him a few times, and throw him on the ground. And I seen it, you know, and I was little. I was like, how old was I? I think we got the dog when I was else 3 or 4. So I was like, I want to say, I don't know. Oh my God. I was anywhere from 5 to 7 or 8. I think the dog died when I was 7 though, or 8. 8, okay. Because my mom done moved across the street. Anyways. Or I might have even been older than that. I might have been 10 or 11 when he died. No, I wasn't 11. I know I wasn't 11 because I got Salem. And that's the reason I got Salem. It's one reason, other than, okay, anyways, that was my cat that I got. I do come across as selfish because I talk a lot about myself and my experiences, but that's just me being me. But anyways, so he got loose. He ran over there. The Doberman Pinscher picked him up, shook him, threw him down, picked him up again, shook him, threw him down. And my grandmother, I don't even, like, it's like I heard her, but I didn't. It's like when you hear something, but it's just this audible, just like noise in the background. And I ran over there and I picked up my fucking dog. Like, I don't give a shit. And the dog tried to come after me, the Doberman Pinscher did. And my grandmother, I remember, grabbed like a twig, if you will. Like, it wasn't even a decent hickory, you know, like just this little twig. It was like trying to pop this Doberman Pinscher on the ass with it to distract it so I could get out of its area with my dog. And I think they took him to the vet. I think we took him to the vet and they checked him out or whatever. And then the thing is like, as we were walking away, and it was actually a neighbor that had drove me and my grandmother up there, if I recall correctly, and she was still there, so I got in the car, I believe, with the dog, with my dog, and my grandmother is out there, and this woman that owns the dog, because it was in her front yard, she comes out, and she's trying to control the dog, and she has another Doberman Pinscher that was in the house, if I recall correctly. And so she brought that out, or it jetted out, and she grabbed it because it was on a leash or something like that. But anyways, the one that had attacked my dog actually jumped up and bit this woman's fucking cheek off. Bit his damn owner's cheek off. And my grandmother's the one that reminded me of it like years later, because like I'd blocked it out and forgot it, because I remember just barely glancing and seeing the woman as she put a cigarette in her mouth and lit the cigarette, and her cheek wasn't there. Like, it was gone. Like, it was just, you know. And that's when she realized, like, you know, she pulled her hand away and realized she's bleeding and she had to go to the hospital or whatnot and stuff. And my grandmother's the one that reminded me of it, because, like, literally I was more worried about my damn dog. Like, I remember sitting and, like, holding my dog in the car, I believe, of a neighbor that had drove us up there. And I was just sitting there holding my dog, and I glanced up, and I was like, when the fuck is Mama going to get in the damn car? When the fuck are we going to head home? And, like, I didn't want to look up because, you know, like, I done learned, you know, when you see something bad, I guess, you know, it's best to not look again. But, so anyways, I don't even know what the fuck, like, how the fuck I spun off on that. My dog dying and everything else, and fuck. I'd have to go back and rewatch it. Like, that's how my mind is. I get so sidetracked. But let's go back to the whole depression thing. It's like I've been waking up, and it's like the past 3 mornings, it's like this, there's this, I mean, it's just like a overwhelming, it's like as soon as my brain kicks in, it's like, kill yourself. Like, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is that? You know, what the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? And it's not like it's like I see anybody or anything, but it's just like, it's almost like it's like if a demon, I guess you'd say, or something evil, or maybe somebody has, and that's another thing too, is like dealing even with this EJ girl and stuff. It's like one of my tarot readings is like, oh, somebody put a curse on you, somebody's put a spell on you. I'm like, I don't think so, because I feel just as in love normally as I have before. And if they did, then it's not really succeeding, because I'm kind of going through the same shit I've been through before, like with my feelings. Like, I feel how I feel. Like, you can't affect that in me. And then, like, The only thing, like I said, that's been weird is like the past 3 mornings, it's almost like as soon as I wake up from sleeping, and that's another thing too, is like, because I used to work nights, so now I'm sleeping at night, and I'm waking up at like 6 o'clock every morning, usually, or typically, or around then, and it's like, it's just this, like, before I can even wake up, it's like, hi, you need to kill yourself, and then it's like, I'm like, what the fuck, and I'm just like, why is my brain being so negative, like that's literally what's going on, and I'm just like, fuck it, I'm going back to sleep. Roll over and go back to sleep. And that's my response, because I'm just like, like, yeah, I've been suicidal. Yes, I've attempted suicide in the past. And yes, the last time I've attempted suicide fully was 5 fucking years ago. But I don't know. I don't know if somebody's wanting me to kill myself. And so I'm picking up on their energy. And they're just like, would you fucking kill yourself already? And that's another thing too, is like life insurance policies and stuff. My mom has always had life insurance policies on all of us. She even has them on her grandchildren. But anyways, my mom's always had life insurance policies. And she even got on to my aunt when my cousin died. Because she's like, you never took a life insurance policy out on your child? And my aunt's like, no, And even my attorney, when we were talking in the court one day, and he said that they were going to go after child support. And he said to me, but I don't think they're going to push for it. And I said, okay. I said, because if they do, like, I'll lose my apartment. I won't be able to pay my bills at all. I'll lose everything. And I was like, and of course, my parents are going to do this shit right when I've put my foot down, and I'm like, I'm getting my fucking license, and I'm getting a fucking car, and I'm saving up money to get a damn car. And then it's going to be like, no, we're going to take your kid from you and take all your money from you. And no, you're not going to do that, because you're supposed to have your learners forever and be our chauffeur. Like that's the conclusion that my mind logically has came to because of the circumstances of everything. And it's just like, y'all funny, like, and then my dad, he even said, what was it? So it's been a year and a half ago. I went over to visit one day. And I was there doing laundry, and he's like, you and your sister, y'all just need to come back home. Y'all just need to come back home. Y'all just need to bring the kids. Y'all need to get in y'all's rooms. Y'all need to come back home. And y'all just need to be home. And then, like, my sister was there. And I can't remember if I think she was sitting at the table when he said that. And I just looked at her like, he really is insane, like, oh my God, and I was like, holy shit, and I remember my sister just kind of looking at me like, or I think she was in there when he said that, or if she wasn't, then I told her, and she just gave me this face like, oh shit, and he's crazy, and just ignore him, but like, he thinks that we're supposed to all be up under his thumb, because he's the man and he's the ruler and stuff like that and everything. And I don't know. Like, men kill me on that whole high horse of, I'm the man, you're the woman, you're supposed to obey me. It says in the Bible, and I was created before you. And the reason our lives are fucked up is because a woman, Eve, fucked it up. And they take no responsibility for the fact that, okay, Adam was stronger, right? Men are stronger than women, right? Supposedly, we're supposed to, anything a man can do, or whatever, and anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you, like that old fucking, but it's like, supposedly, men, and it's been proven that their upper body strength, is better than ours, and anyways, but our lower body strength as women is stronger than theirs, and so we're not made equal, even though we are to a degree and everything, and so on and so forth, and what the fuck ever. But like dealing with men and like this whole powerful and not taking responsibility and everything, I'm sure if Adam would have wanted to not eat the fruit from the tree of life, that he could have physically reprimanded or whatever Eve. He could have physically, took the damn thing, threw it, and been like, fuck no, or whatever, and been like, no, I'm not gonna. But he did. So it was a choice that not only she made and she influenced him, but he made as well. So, anyways, damn, my hair looks crazy. Mad Hatter up in here. But anyways, it's just been a whole bunch of shit, and so that's the reason my dad, it's like, put the thumb down on, all these females, and nobody knows what it's like, because nobody has 2 daughters, and 3 granddaughters, and a wife, and they've at least got a son, and I'm having to do it all by myself, and then he's got his issues, and, that just ain't gonna, that just ain't gonna go behind my ear. Not a strand of hair, but, anyways, it's like this whole idea of like men being in power and in control, and they're supposed to, like have say so over women and be the head of the household and all this and everything. And all I can say to that is it's like anything else. Okay, if you were given that responsibility as a man, but you don't honor that responsibility, you don't take care of that responsibility, you don't have pride in that responsibility, you don't respect that responsibility, then who the fuck are you to keep barking that we as women need to listen to you? Like, think about it. Seriously, think about it. If you're going to sit there and you're going to abuse your power, which practically kind of is the gist of everything, because Adam and Eve, they both ate from the fruit, or whatever, or she gave it to him, or what the fuck ever, and they both sinned. And it's like people, instead of looking back, like, I don't know about them originally, like Adam and Eve, how the fuck they felt about it. I don't know if he, like, backhanded Eve and was like, look at what you made me do, But that's what men do to women nowadays. Look at what you made me do. But I doubt very seriously that Adam did that to Eve. Maybe he did, though. And maybe as a woman, that's the reason our pain tolerance is higher than men's. And I don't know. Like, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking get it. I'm not God. I'm not, And I don't know. Like, it's just a bunch of bullshit. This life and everything. But it's like, I think somebody, I don't know, there's a spirit, or there's somebody that wants me to fucking die, obviously, because for me to wake up the past 3 mornings and just almost like it's like somebody screaming in my fucking ear, just kill yourself already, do it, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I've never been one to, like, when I had OCD really bad, like, when my daughter was, like, 2 and stuff, like, I would be like, okay, God, like that, like I would have conversations with God, like in my subconscious mind, not out loud, and I'd be like, okay, God, what should I wear today? Well, I wore this yesterday. Well, I could wear this. Well, I need to do laundry this day. Well, I need to wash that. Well, I have, and I mean, I would say, oh God, it was insane. And then I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna wear this, and I'd be like, yeah, that's the right choice, And like I believe in the ripple effect, and therefore, in believing that, I kind of contradict myself about God and everything, and so, but I really do. I believe every little thing that you do, even me making these videos, even the way that my hair is placed right now, down to every little thing affects the outcome of everything. Like, it's just like, And so with that being said, I hope I'm going on a more positive fucking journey than what the hell I've been, because my life has been hell. But anyways, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to say. And then that's like me being in love with this girl, and everybody kind of that's been up my ass a little bit about that and been like, you shouldn't love a girl, and everything. Why the hell not? Who the hell else is loving her? Who the hell else is loving me? Where's the perfect guy? And I don't mean perfect in he needs to be perfect, but where's that great guy? Where's that great guy been? Where is he? He doesn't exist. Okay? My kid's dad didn't honor and respect me. He didn't honor and respect his position as a man in my life. My father don't honor and respect his position as a man in my life. I've never had any man honor and respect his position as a man in my life. Not even this military dude that I fucking went to school with, because he had a dog that he was like, oh, I gotta go and be, serve overseas. Can somebody, take my dog? And I actually offered, because I spoke with my grandmother. I was living with her, and I was like, I would like to offer to do this. I was like, and she's like, well, how are you going to afford it? And I was like, yeah, because she's like, you can barely afford your own pet's food. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And I was like, well, I could ask him for the money, for his dog's dog food, his dog's vet bills or whatever. And I mean, like, yeah, if like, say it was a vet bill or something, like, like, say the dog would have got attacked or sick or something, and I would have had to take the dog to the vet, we would have flipped the bill right then and there and then sent him the bill so that way he could have seen, yeah, this happened to your dog, I'm not fucking lying about it. And, like, instead of him being like a gentleman and respecting that I was at least willing to fucking offer that, no, he went and told his family, and they blasted it on Facebook and made fun of me being kind. And I don't know, I kind of feel I have to bring that up, because, I mean, it's like, yeah, you're a disrespectful little asshole too, And, like, I got you on my Facebook now, and I try to be nice to you and everything, and I've tried to be nice to you because, A, you're a Leo like me, so I know you have to have some decency inside of you. And I know that you do. Like, I can see it in you. I see you have decency inside of you. Like, the first time I ever really remember talking to you, you were on the bus, you were trying to tell your friend about a song that you'd played and how proud you were, and your friend ignored you. And I was like, hey, what's the deal? Tell me about it. Like, I'll listen, I'll be cheerful with you, And then, like, another thing too is, like, this dude has been like, hey, who wants to go on a hike? And this was before I busted my ankle. Great fucking timing, but he used to be like, hey, who wants to go on a hike? Okay, I'm sitting here, no license, no car, stay-at-home mom, right? Up until, and up until I've been working these past 3-4 years. So I was like, hey, me, let's go. Apparently I'm not pretty enough, I guess, or whatever. So, whatever. So, I mean, it's the pot calling the kettle black in the whole situation. And that's what has enraged women to a degree, to make us just kind of be like, to hell with it. We're in hell. We feel like we're in hell because y'all don't respect anything. I mean, I got made fun of for trying to help you out, dude. Like, And and I barely know you and you barely know me. And that is the gist of the way men treat women today in society. But I'm going to end it because it's on 55 minutes. I could talk way more about way more shit and my feelings. Oh, and by the way, I really appreciated y'all making fun of me, especially your mother. I sat and cried for 3 hours over that because you broke my heart because I was trying to be nice. Nothing more. I wasn't trying to be your girlfriend. I wasn't trying to be your fuck buddy. I was trying to be nice because that's who I am. So I'm going to end this video. If you like my videos, like, comment, share, or subscribe. I'll catch you later.